Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing a coaching session for Soraka support. So special thanks to Yura Nenazak for the generous donation. If you would like a coaching session out there yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. Just $20 off stream or $25 on stream, and if you're a channel member, then you get $5 off. Either way, so 15 off stream or 20 on stream. If you want to know more about channel membership, you can find the link in the description. It's kind of like a Twitch sub. You get perks for helping to donate to support the channel. Get to join our members-only Discord, play with us on Viewers Night, join Mr. Magpie's monthly contest for RP, and if you go through PayPal, then you get a discount on any coaching or guides that you might want to commission. Okay. Soraka here. I'm not sure of the rank on this. I think silver, but I'm not 100%. Huh. Oh, that's right. We gotta flash the hook. Yeah, I think you had to flash that initial hook.
A summoner has reconnected.
Oh, and GP was AFK. Okay, interesting start. Which shampoo do I use? Old Spice. I use Old Spice body wash and shampoo. They have a pretty good selection of scents. I like the Timber. There's a couple of good ones. Denali's pretty good too. Alright. Yeah, that's not good. So probably have to wait on a gank here. Yeah, I think Vayne just took too many hits. I think you had to flash the second pike hook that was going on you. There's not much else you can do other than just hit with Qs and just auto attack when Vayne gets caught out like that. Okay, there you go. Auto, 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 auto. You gotta land more autos here. That's definitely a big thing. And you probably could have landed 3 or 4 autos. I mean, would that have made an insane difference in this fight? Probably not, but like right here, you know, if you had 4 more autos on him earlier, y'all could have killed him. You know, he lived with under 100 health. So if you autoed him a lot earlier, then it actually would have added up and mattered right there. So yeah, you always just want to be running back and autoing, you know, kiting back to max range and autoing whenever you can if they're trying to kill your ally. So your goal should be you just want to trade as much damage back onto them as possible. Even if it's a bad trade, like at least trade something, you know, don't let them get a bunch of free damage. Even if you're only doing like 30% of their damage, like at least that's 30%, you know. My lights have flickered a couple of times. I know that there's supposed to be like some storms rolling in, so if the stream goes out and doesn't come back, that's what happened. I'm sorry if that happens. We'll do some more ranked in a little bit. Like after this, should be ranked for another few hours. Yeah, rotate up here. Rotate. Nah, I think y'all are gonna be too late. Like once the person died, I think it's just too late. And Vayne's just soaking his CS. I don't know. I think it was good to like look there and see if there was a chance to maybe rotate, but then after the person died and the play was dead, then I think you just can't rotate anymore. Leveling W? Yeah, that's what you should be doing. So. I would probably get coin with Vayne also in lane. I don't know. Like, it's easy to say that now when y'all are getting smashed, but like, it's gonna take you forever with this Spell Thieves. You know what I'm saying? To like Spell Thieves is good if you can actually like win the lane, but if you lose, it just gets compounded so hard. Yeah, just stay under tower as long as you can. Nice. Can you silence? Okay, good. Good move. Coin, like that extra movement speed is very relevant against something like Pyke too, and Ezreal to help you dodge their skill shots. So I probably would just go coin. And it's just more reliable. That way, even if you lose lane, you're going to get your money, you're going to get your wards, you're going to scale. Soraka scales so hard anyways with items that, like, you just really want your money. So I would probably go coin most of the time on Soraka, unless you're, like, you're pretty confident that you're going to really, like, massacre them in lane. I think if you're going to go Spell Thieves, you definitely have to be more aggressive with the Qs, and you have to land more auto attacks. A lot. Like, you really have to, like, abuse them and make them miss some stuff. Almost. Did you have your ult? I don't know if you leveled up right there. Yeah, you have your ult. You have mana, right? Yeah, you got mana for it. Oh, you used it right. No, you didn't use it. Yeah, I would have ulted there. You maybe used. Did you use your last bit of mana on like a heal or something? You just weren't watching your mana. Yeah, use your last bit of mana on that Q instead of your R. Okay, so yeah, I know it's tough in the middle of a fight, but just try to keep track of your mana bar a little bit. Just when you're getting really low, just say, hey, I'm gonna make sure I can get my ult off, or I can get a heal off, or whatever. I mean, we've all been there where we weren't watching the mana and we didn't have enough for our big spell, but yeah, let's try to keep track of that. And don't be afraid to use that a little bit early, too. If you have to. You do get a bonus if they're under 40%. But at the same time, like, if they have Ignite, that's going to be a problem, too. Yeah, you didn't have mana for it because you used your Q. If you didn't use that Q, you would have had mana for it at the end there. Like, I think even after the silence, you had mana. That's what I'm saying. Like, just keep track of your mana a little bit more if you can. I mean, it happened. Like I said, I messed up with that too, but that's definitely something that was preventable with a little more vigilance. Well, you're down 30 CS, your 80 carry is. Did you actually save somebody with that, or did you just reflex do that because Karthus was ulting? Yeah, it's close enough. Okay, that's fair. Usually if Karthus is ulting, pretty good chance that he thinks he can kill somebody. What happened there? Whoa, hold on. Why are you so... Did you get hit by Ezreal Qs or something? I was looking over at the chat. Okay. Try to see if you can land a Q first before you W whenever possible, just so you get a more efficient heal. If it's not like code red, if they're not super low. I think once you see them pop out of the bush like that, you immediately have to barrier. I mean, barrier by itself doesn't save you from a Pyke ult, obviously, but if you do it like immediately, and barrier's a pretty short cooldown, so I think as soon as like you walk up, like as soon as they pop out of that bush, you just gotta say, all right, you know, and just barrier. Once she gets Blazer and King, maybe you can fight. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Ezreal's up a lot. Vayne historically is pretty good in Ezreal if she can dodge his Qs, but just because she can run him down. You're going Mikhail's. They don't have a lot of CC though. Like the Pike hook, I mean it'll cleanse the slow off the hook, or the Pike stun. I guess you can cleanse the stun too. Cleanse like a Karthus wall. I guess that's, yeah. I guess that's okay. I was thinking maybe Redemption first might be a little bit better, but whoa, what is that? Looks weird. Let's just be a yes. Replay thing. Oh, she's canceling so many autos. She canceled like 4 autos. Try to auto, or like heal or something. Put a ward in this bush so he doesn't heal. Hold on. You do have 1 ward here. Yeah, throw Qs. Throw some Qs in there. Throw some Qs. Auto and throw Qs. Ward this bush. Yeah, you definitely want to ward that bush because Pike heals a lot. Not only can you not hit him when he's in the bush, but that also will prevent him from healing if you see him. So Vayne, if you had warded the bush, Vayne maybe would have been able to condemn him into the wall. Maybe not, but I think just like throwing some Qs there, some auto attacks, and then warding that bush to stop him from healing, and trying to bait him if you saw the rise coming down would have been a good sequence there for you. I mean, maybe you didn't see the rise. I know it's tough to do all that stuff in the heat of the moment there in a tough fight, but I think these are all things that would have helped you out. It's either, I think people are asking what this elo is. I think it's either silver or low gold. I'm not entirely sure. Which elo is this? You're an Enizak. What do you eat? Okay. Yeah, go in Mikhail's. Alright. Okay, you did get the wards. That's not too bad. 50 minutes is not too bad. Okay, so what you want to do now is, like, while you have Vayne here to back you up, you should be going over here. Like, forget, you're not going to get anybody right here. Just come over here and see if you can ward this. Like, what I would have done, instead of going this way, I would have gone this way while Vayne was covering for you right there. And just walk up and see if you can ward this. Like, this is the best ward you can get down, usually. It's relatively safe because it watches their raptors and it watches rotation bottom and, like, any sort of movement through this area. Like, this is, like, the best spot right here. A lot of people will make the mistake and put it in that little bush, but you want to see the jungle camps so you can see if the jungler is there, but then also, like, the timers on the camps. That'll help your jungler figure out if they need to go counter gank that or, like, maybe steal their camps. And it'll help you predict where the jungler is. So if those camps are up for a little bit and they're not clearing them, that means they're probably on the top side of the map. Okay, yeah, you saved the Shaco again there, that's good. You're Shaco's best buddy this game, huh? Alright, yeah, push. Lee's dead. Pike's dead. Yeah, I think y'all have some time. Yeah, Vayne's like trying to gank her. I don't know what she keeps doing, rotating up to middle, but I don't know. He probably saw a video that was like, You get to challenger by roaming. I saw something by like Dong Hop or something. I had people asking me for months after he made that video about like, what do you think about the support roaming? I'm like, I think it's a bad idea a lot of the time, unless you know what you're doing, because it's going to be very inefficient. Like, you have to have lane priority, and you have to have a pretty good like concept of where the jungler is, and like confidence that you're going to be able to win the trade. Oh, that showed him where you were. That's a good dodge. I mean, maybe. Okay, nice. Silence him. Oh, keep running. Nice. Nice. Good bait. Good bait.
Red team's turn.
Okay, that was good. Silver 1. Okay. Yeah, try to get vision down here if you can. Especially because the Shaco's like really outperforming the Lee. You want to let him compound that by showing him where the Lee is so he can go hunt him down. That's one of the huge things about support is like vision is just so important. Try to see if you can make a play on that dragon soon. Who got the rift? Nobody? Is it just bugged? Okay, so he's gonna get this dragon, which is nice. They might have it. Okay, he got it. Alright, so you need to, well, this is the kind of thing you don't want as Soraka. You don't want to be running around like through dark jungles trying to rotate to things. You kind of have to, because that's what everyone's doing. It's like Fiesta City. You don't know where their vision is. Yeah, stay here, stay here, stay here with the skirmish. See if you can clear this vision out, yeah. Rotate over there and push with that GP and rise. You need to like, just try to stay with people. Whoa, careful, careful, careful. They are gonna collapse up here eventually. I think if you stayed there and helped him push a little bit faster, y'all maybe, I don't know. Could have gotten more progress on the tower. I don't know if you would have gotten that auto. One thing to definitely do is just land those autos in there. I know it doesn't feel like it's much with Soraka, but it does add up. Okay, they're all up here. The one-time Vayne should have stayed middle and pushed. She runs. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just push this up. Alright, and try to rotate back towards middle. In general, especially if you're on like a squishy, immobile sort of support, you want to be hanging out around the middle area with whoever's middle. And then try to keep wards. The big thing is you get like the best ward coverage if you get priority in the middle. Well, Kelly asks, should I let people pick? I used to have a feature where I did that. Pick what I play during viewer night. The issue with that, there's a couple of things. Number one, people still like to win a lot of times on viewer night. And so if I'm playing stuff that's just like complete trash, you know, it can frustrate my teammates a little bit. Number two is like, people still watch to try to learn how to play stuff. I think even on viewers night, they want to learn how to play certain champs, or they want to see me play things that are competitive. Like, even if I'm playing something awful like Cassiopeia, they can still learn how to play some Cassiopeia or Ezreal or something, you know? Let me back this up here a little bit. See how this got started. And then number two, like, troll picks sound interesting and like fun, but then at the same time, like, sometimes they're just like really bad and frustrating. Like I've done like Janna jungle and stuff before. I just run around and can't like do anything. Or, like Master Yi support. I do offer a feature where, you know, I'll play any champ you want for a $10 donation. I could consider like making it like half off or something for members on member night. I don't know though. So that's the word. Another thing is, like, Viewers Night is a chance for me to practice some stuff, too, in an off-roll. Yeah, I've seen some of Low Piley's stuff. He's alright. I mean, he's a good player. I don't follow him a ton, but he's cool. I don't think he creates that much content. I'm not sure. I think he's got a relatively low sub count, so I'm not sure like what's up with that. If he just doesn't create a lot of content or something. But yeah, I think he's a challenger support. I've never personally talked with him, but he's got some interesting content. Well, semi-troll, I don't know. We could see how people feel about it. In the past, I feel like it's been a thing where I can just kind of feel like the eye rolling, you know, through the screen with some of the picks that people will ask me to play. Now, some are interesting. Some, like, that are kind of competitive, like a Teemo support or something. Like, that can be fun or interesting. But some things are just so far out there that... try to stay with them. So this is kind of like just where people are just wandering around right now. Y'all need to find something to do. You got to try to organize them, get them to maybe prepare for this dragon coming up in about 10 seconds. Okay, Vayne. Oh, Shaco's got the flank. It's hard to force action as Soraka. You don't have any sort of engage. You can still shot call and try to put down vision. I mean, that's one thing is definitely you need a lot more vision in this game. You need to try to help them push up these lanes and get this vision in this jungle. Like, this is so important, especially this one. And if you can get one right here, that's great too, because that's a really heavily trafficked area. But this one is like the most important ward in the early game. Yeah, but Low Power is cool. I might try to do a collab with him. I don't know. I'm trying to collaborate with more people. I didn't realize that the patch was coming out tomorrow. Blue team's turret has been destroyed. I was going to try to collaborate on like some tier lists or patch notes or something like that, but I didn't think it was going on for a couple of weeks. So I'll see if I can do that on the next one.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down here with Vayne. She can probably just farm on her own. You just want to hang out around middle so you get that vision down. You can just help them with these skirmishes. Yeah, you really don't want to be like hanging out with your AD carry if they're just splitting bottom farming, because you're just going to be sitting there watching them farm, you know? You got to find some way to try to get priority with vision. New ranked season is next patch. It's the 23rd is what they said. Try to dodge a tower shot with his ult.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
We got redemption. Working it, okay. One thing you have to ask yourself too, if you're gonna get like Mikhail's early on Soraka, is like, how often are you using that Mikhail's to make like a clutch play? You know, if you find yourself not using it that often, or you're just like really just a little late or something, you know, on some of the CC, because I haven't seen you use the cleanse yet. I don't know. Yeah, 0 successful cleanses. And so you're paying an awful lot for the value of that item, like for that cleanse, you know? So you want to make sure that you're using that, or you're just better off going with something like, you know, Redemption Ardent Sensor. Even though Michaela's is very good on her, you got to actually, like, you know, use it. They don't have a ton of, like, really obvious CC aside from, like, the pike stun. But, like, you can cleanse off, like, if Darius hamstrings somebody to slow them, or even, like, an Ezreal, like, Q slow, if it's, like, really important that they get cleansed. Whoa, okay. You have supers in your base, though. I don't think you can. I think the supers are going to burn your base. Someone needs to get back there and clean that. Yeah, that's a bad Baron, I think. I don't know. I mean, maybe they can get it. If you can hold it, come here and try to, well, yeah, buy some items, then come here and try to hold this. I guess that's okay. Their teleport's dead, so they can't, like, backdoors easily. Alright. That was dicey, but... No, they're all going to be around here. You don't have vision. You definitely got to step the vision game up a little bit. This is super dangerous. Like, ward over this pit so you can see him. Like, cleanse that, cleanse that, cleanse that. Okay, nice. That was a good kick by the Lee. Okay. Yeah, I think y'all should just run. Oh, God. Nice barrier. Yeah, time to leave, time to leave, time to leave. You about to die to that? Oh, that's yours. Okay. I thought that was theirs because it showed up as red. Yeah, I think this is dangerous. I mean, y'all might be able to come out on top here, but I would just leave. I would have left years ago. Oof. I didn't even realize, yeah, y'all were... Did that Darius try to backdoor you with his TP? Is that what happened? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I would have backed a long time ago, but yeah, the Shaco's on it. Not letting that Darius troll. The super minions are really the MVP there. Or the Baroned up minions. Clear all that out. Okay, yeah, y'all need to leave. And then work up middle. Alright, what do y'all got? Fucking Ardent, okay. Yeah, just try to push up middle. Just be patient, bot's pushing. You got priority top also. And you still haven't done any cleansing. You got to use that cleanse on something. I mean, you've had the item for like 20 minutes. Even if it's just like a slow or something, you know? You just got to get some value out of it somewhere. Like if Darius hamstrings somebody or Pike slow, like stuns them. Or even like his hook will slow people. Sometimes if you can just, just cleanse that slow, sometimes people can get away. I wouldn't get Warmogs on Soraka now. I mean, maybe if it's like 6th item and you're level 18. Warmogs is a trap on Soraka most of the time. Alright, you got dragon up in a 45 second. What's up, Grey Graves? Silence? I think you already used it, okay. Dragon. Dragon, 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 dragon. Get dragon right now. I don't know. Like, you are low, but... well, never mind. There's 4 dead. You guys can ascend the game. I didn't notice there were 4 dead. Okay. That's fine. So they just, like, all kept running into you and hinting into you mid lane. Alright. That'll do it. Okay, so number 1, if you're gonna get the Mikhails, you have to use it. You know, like I said, there aren't a lot of like super flashy things you would need to cleanse there. Like there's not like an Ashe arrow or, you know, like a Lissandra ult or something like that. But there are things, you know, like the slow off of a Pike hook or the Darius slow or a Pike stun, Karthus wall. You know, there are some uses for Mikhails. And Mikhails is very good on Soraka, just in general, because it gives her that HP regen. But, you know, sometimes maybe it's better just to go Redemption early. Especially if you're not going to use the Mikhails, just go Redemption. Or, you know, Ardent Censer. Or, I mean, you can even go Athene's Unholy Grail. I usually prefer Mikhails to Athene's. But Athene's just sort of takes care of itself. You don't have to worry about trying to micromanage it, trying to use those cleanses. And Soraka can put down some decent damage if you're using your autos and your Qs in fights, which that should definitely be something that you do more as well. You like auto more in fights, especially early game. It matters a lot, but even in the mid to late game, just landing those extra couple of autos while you're running away can be a really big deal. And just trying to land those Qs, like every time that's up, you should constantly be throwing Qs. Because, you know, it slows people, it empowers your heal, you get like 40% more value out of your heals. So definitely throw more autos, throw more Qs, and try to get that vision going a lot earlier, like I said, especially, you know, if you have priority mid, when Vayne was like sitting in this bush and the wave was pushed in, I think you could have snuck in here and at least gotten this ward. Usually what you want to do is try to get this ward and then sweep. If you don't see any wards through here, then you can go back here and like ward this. If you do see a ward, then you have to stop, because if you clear it and then try to walk in here, then you might die. But if you don't see a ward, then you might be able to get in here and get one of these. If you can't get this, but the red buff's coming up soon or something like that, you could just ward over this wall and at least see if he goes for the red buff. But it's really nice to be able to get wards on camps. You know, if you get priority bottom, for example, and they're back or they're dead, or, you know, that happened one time, you can walk over here and, like, get a ward in this bush, and that'll see the golems. Or you could even walk over here and, like, ward over this just to see if they're walking through here. Especially if you're on red side and you can't control the tri-bush. If you get that opportunity, if you force them into a bad back, you can sweep out the tri-bush and then get your wards here and here. And a lot of times they won't sweep or pink this, and so you'll still have vision of where the jungler is going to be, even if you can't control that bush. So I think that getting, definitely working on the vision in the mid-game, optimizing the Mikhails or picking a different item, and then landing more auto attacks and Qs and fights whenever possible is a good way to go. But I think overall, you know, it was solid. You were at the right spot at the right time most of the time. You're getting some heals off, pretty good positioning. You weren't dying a ton in team fights. So yeah, I think those are just the 3 biggest things you could work on. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much. The stream's going to continue, but as far as the standalone coaching session, that's all we have for this one. If you'd like a coaching session yourself, remember you can email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. More than happy to help you out. $20 off stream, $25 on stream, $5 discount for members. Information in the description if you want to learn more about that. Also have an entire coaching playlist if you want to see that. I'll have that in the description. I think this will be like my 149th or 50th coaching session, so you can flip through there and see any champions you'd be interested in learning more about. You can always access the coaching sessions of other people for free, so you can learn from that. And yeah, that's going to be it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Come out, join the live stream, usually between 9:30 p.m. to around 2 or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have you. It's a great community, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.